So, imagine you've just pulled off one of the greatest Champions League performances of all time. You drag your team back from the dead in a 6-1 miracle comeback, you score 2 goals, you set up the winner, and when the headlines come out the next day, they don't call it your night. They call it Messi's. That was Neymar's reality. And a few months later, he shocked the world, leaving Barcelona for Paris Saint-Germain in the most expensive transfer in football history. But here's the twist. According to Neymar himself, it had nothing to do with Messi, the Ballon d'Or, or even ego. So why did he really leave? Let's dig in. The T's fans thought he wanted to escape Messi's shadow. Analysts swore it was about winning the Ballon d'Or. And his critics? They just said it was for the money. But Neymar told a very different story. One that sounds almost personal, even if, deep down, it's way more complicated than he'll ever admit. The rise at Barça. Let's rewind. Neymar joined Barcelona in 2013, forming the legendary MSN trio with Messi and Suarez. They destroyed defenses, won the treble, and turned into one of the scariest attacking forces the game has ever seen. By 2017, Neymar wasn't just Messi's sidekick, he was the guy who could take over games. That comeback against PSG proved it. And yet, when the world gave out credit, Messi's name was always first. The official reasons. Now, when Neymar finally signed for PSG, he gave a polished explanation at his unveiling. He told the world, "I came here for a new challenge to help PSG write history. I was never motivated by money. I follow my heart." It sounds perfect, right? The problem is, just days earlier, he'd admitted something else in an interview. Neymar literally said, "Financially, it was better than what I had at Barcelona." And he wasn't shy about it. For him, PSG wasn't just football, it was financial security. But money wasn't the only thing. Neymar also admitted, "I wanted to play with the Brazilians. Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Lucas." So officially, he left for personal reasons, for teammates, for a new adventure. And he was crystal clear on one point. It wasn't about Messi. It wasn't about trying to be the best in the world. It was something personal, the speculation. But here's the thing. Fans didn't buy it. Because for years, the whispers around Neymar's camp told a different story. That he was tired of Messi's shadow. That after the 6-1 comeback, when Messi got all the glory, Neymar felt invisible. Even his agent Wagner Ribeiro admitted, he saw Messi being praised while he felt he deserved recognition too. And that leads to the other big theory, the Ballon d'Or. For as long as Neymar's been around, he's been tipped as the next best in the world. But at Barça, next to Messi, those chances shrank. Leaving meant being the guy at PSG, the face of the project, the undisputed star. The family factor. And then, there's the elephant in the room, Neymar's father. Neymar Sr. wasn't just his dad, he was his agent. And multiple reports at the time said he was pushing hard for the PSG deal. Why? Simple. The money. ESPN reported it flat out. The PSG contract was a financial and commercial dream. For the family business, this wasn't just about goals. It was about generational wealth. The peak moment. So, what happened next? Neymar got his move. PSG paid the €222 million release clause, smashing every transfer record in history. And for a moment, it looked like he'd get exactly what he wanted. He was the centerpiece of PSG, surrounded by Brazilians, earning more than ever, and finally free of Messi's shadow. The collapse. But football has a cruel sense of humor. Injuries piled up, Champions League glory never came, and to make things even more ironic, a few years later, Messi joined PSG anyway. Neymar couldn't outrun the shadow. It literally followed him to Paris. The reflection. So, why did Neymar really leave Barcelona? Officially, he said it was personal. For the challenge, the Brazilians, and yes, the money. Unofficially, it was pride. It was family influence. And maybe, just maybe, the dream of one day stepping out as the best player in the world. But in chasing that dream, Neymar may have given up the one thing he wanted most, being remembered as a Barcelona legend.